to the major report. I am Kayode Adebayo. Osun State Governor Senator Adeleke has reflected on the last 12 months of his administration as he expressed joy about the good things that have happened in the state. Governor Adeleke stated this in his New Year broadcast to the people, saying he has faithfully implemented the infrastructural agenda. He noted the rehabilitation of over 150 kilometers of roads with upgrading of over 100 schools across the state, while 200 health centers have been refurbished with provisions of water facilities. The governor, who noted the execution of over 300 local community projects, maintained that his administration is changing the face of Osun to reduce infrastructural deficit, while stating his effort in other areas including agriculture, health, education, as well as adoption of economic policies to enhance the socio-economic well-being of the people. He said his administration's service delivery in the last 12 months is quite inclusive. He speaks.
My good people of Osun, I kept faith with my pledge for transparency and accountability as your state governor. In the last 1 year, we got and processed several requests for information based on the Freedom of Information Act. We ensured access to information as a transparent and accountable government. In the last 1 year, and since I assumed office, our projects have been financed mainly from the state's resources. These include internally generated revenue and allocation for the federation account. Just as I have not been assessing security votes, I have not borrowed a single kobo to run the state government.
Governor Adeleke, who reiterated his commitment to more dividends of democracy, called for continued support of people of Osun to ensure the overall success of his administration. In another development, Osun State Governor Senator Adeleke said his motivation will continue to be the well-being of the people, as he maintained that his administration will remain responsive and more compassionate in the new year. Governor Adeleke stated this while ushering in the year 2025 at a crossover program held at Nelson Mandela Freedom Park in Osogbo. Governor's Office correspondent Oluwatobiloba Odunuga has the detail.
The vibrant city of Osogbo came alive on the 2025 crossover night as thousands of residents gathered at the iconic Nelson Mandela Freedom Park to welcome the new year in an atmosphere of joy, prayer, and celebration.
Adeleke, you shall live longer. You shall live longer.
In his keynote address, Osun State Governor Senator Adeleke captivated the audience with a message of hope, unity, and steadfast commitment to development of the state, reflecting on his administration's commitment to the people of Osun. Governor Adeleke said his administration will remain responsive and compassionate towards issues affecting the populace, emphasizing his dedication to ensuring that the needs and aspirations of citizens remain at the core of governance. Looking ahead, the governor, who assured the people of more progress in the state, pledged to intensify effort towards pro-people policies and projects that prioritize the welfare of Osun residents. Governor Adeleke also highlighted his administration's focus on soft infrastructure, adding that in the new year 2025, Osun State will witness extensive implementation of soft infrastructure, as the goal is to ensure that good roads are completed by strong bodies, strong citizens, and residents of the state. Expressing gratitude to the people of Osun, Governor Adeleke expressed his heartfelt gratitude for their steadfast support and collaboration over the past years, acknowledging the indispensable role of the citizens in the state's achievements, reiterating that their unity and resilience fuel the administration's successes. Looking to the future, the governor described 2025 as a year of fresh possibilities to deepen their commitment to unity, love, and progress, while calling on all and sundry to continue to work together to build a stronger, more prosperous state where peace and harmony prevail. It has been Oluwatobiloba Odunuga reporting.
The First Lady of Osun State, Mrs. Titi Lola Adeleke, has identified and presented cash and gift items to the parents of the first baby of the year, Mr. and Mrs. Ojo, who delivered at exactly 12 midnight. Presenting the gift items and cash to the parents of the newborn baby at the State Hospital at Shubiaru in Osogbo, Mrs. Adeleke congratulated the parents of the newborn child, saying the gesture is meant to rejoice and appreciate the goodness of God in their lives. She advised the nursing mothers to embrace exclusive breastfeeding for the infant for the first period of 6 months, as doing so will not only sharpen their brains but guarantee the healthy growth and development of the child. While applauding the medical team that took the delivery of the baby, she prayed God to endow the parents with the wherewithal to take care of the baby, just as she also felicitated and presented gift items to other 7 babies in the world. Responding, the father of the baby, Mr. Ojo, thanked the First Lady for the kind gesture and prayed God to grant her and the governor wisdom and strength to further serve the people of the state. Earlier, the representative of the Chief Medical Director of State Hospital at Shubiaru Osogbo, Dr. Abdurrahman Opawale, appreciated the First Lady's show of love and care for the women and children in the state. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu says his government will unveil the National Value Charter already approved by the Federal Executive Council in the first quarter of this year. The president said this in his New Year message to Nigerians. According to him, the charter will promote mutual commitment between the government and citizens and foster trust and cooperation among diverse populations and between the government and the citizens. He maintained that the reforms embarked upon by his administration, which are far-reaching and foundational, can produce the desired outcomes only through shared common values and identities, as well as unconditional love for the country. He also urged governors and local government chairpersons to work closely with the central government to seize emerging opportunities in agriculture, livestock, and tax reforms to move the nation forward. The president called on Nigerians to become better citizens and uncompromising in their devotion and allegiance to the country to achieve national goals and objectives. Nigeria First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu has urged Nigerians to rise above differences and rebuild the bridges that connect them, emphasizing the importance of love, respect, and understanding in fostering national unity. In her New Year message titled 2025, a year of prosperity and abundance, she highlighted the need for collective effort to create a thriving and inclusive society. Addressing the nation with optimism, the First Lady emphasized the significance of investing in one another, nurturing the youth, and upholding the dignity of elders. She called for a renewed commitment to building a country where every Nigerian can achieve their potential, regardless of their background, beliefs, or language. Senator Oluremi Tinubu reaffirmed the present administration's dedication to driving reforms aimed at unlocking Nigeria's economic potential. She described the current reforms as foundational to achieving a prosperous future for the nation, urging all Nigerians to stand together in unity and ensure no one is left behind. In related developments, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, has said Nigerians should look ahead for a better 2025 with renewed hope despite the current challenges in the country. In his New Year message, the Speaker said there was the need for Nigerians to renew their hopes for the upcoming year. He expressed optimism that improvements will be seen in the new year and emphasized the importance of Nigerians remaining steadfast and supporting their leaders at all levels. According to him, despite the existing challenges confronting the nation and its people, the administration of President Bola Tinubu is implementing necessary measures to enhance the quality of life in the new year. In a statement released through his special advisor on media and publicity, Musa Abdullahi, the Speaker encouraged Nigerians to uphold the spirit of brotherhood amongst themselves. He said Nigerians should expect more from the 10th House under his leadership, especially on issues concerning their socio-economic well-being, adding that the welfare of citizenry remains one of the topmost priorities of the House in the new year. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has called on Nigerians to hold political leaders accountable in the new year urging citizens to embrace heightened vigilance and public awareness to safeguard democracy and national progress. In his New Year message posted on X, Atiku emphasized the importance of actively monitoring the actions and decisions of government officials at all levels, describing the new year as a momentous era for reshaping national dialogue and fostering a collective commitment to accountability. He invoked the timeless maxim of vigilance, stressing that the public must remain steadfast in ensuring that political power is not abused for personal gain. He described the outgoing year as sobering, but credited the challenges with strengthening the resilience and faith of Nigerians. The former vice president urged Nigerians to resist any attempt to divide the nation along religious or ethnic lines, underscoring the importance of unity in addressing national challenges. Ekiti State Governor Mr. Biodun Ibanji has said his administration will open more lands for large-scale farming to enhance food security. Ibanji gave the assurance during his New Year statewide broadcast themed Year of Accelerated Development. He said his government will continue to supply farmers with high-yield seedlings, fertilizer, and other necessities at subsidized rate. This, according to him, will boost the socio-economic impact of agriculture in advancing the economic status of the state. He noted that the budget plans already indicate that government is devoting more resources to agriculture and food security, adding that the massive land clearing in various locations has tremendously reduced criminal activities in the state. In related development, Gombe State Governor Mohammed Yahya has stressed the importance of resilience and collective effort in building a state and nation characterized by peace, abundant opportunities, and an improved quality of life for all. In his New Year message, the governor called on the people to reflect on the lessons of the past year and embrace 2025 with steadfastness, hope, and optimism. He expressed confidence that 2025 will usher in brighter days for both the state and Nigeria as a whole. The governor, who is also the chairman, Northern State Governors Forum, noted the importance of unity and peace in achieving sustainable development and a prosperous future. In a press statement signed by the Director General Press Affairs, Gombe Government House, Ismaila Misili, the governor said 2025 holds great promise for all, given the revolutionary strides being made by the federal and state government to reposition the country. The Inter-Party Advisory Council has said the year 2025 should be devoted to fighting insecurity, corruption, and other challenges hindering the development of the country. In a New Year message by the National Chairman Yusuf Mama Dantale, the IPAC said it was only by the grace of God that Nigerians survived the socio-economic hardship of the past year. He said IPAC, as the umbrella body of all the registered political parties in Nigeria, will continue to lead from the front to ensure good governance and the well-being of the people. He added that the council would vigorously pursue its peer review mechanism set up to evaluate the milestones achieved by governors in the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals in the states, while the legislators will be monitored on effective, vibrant, and robust representations, oversight functions, and lawmaking, as well as monitor progress of the recent financial autonomy granted to the 774 local governments in the country. As the world enters the new year 2025, Nigerians have called on government at all levels to prioritize good governance and implement more impactful policies that will help reduce hunger and ameliorate the sufferings of the masses. Those who spoke in separate interviews with OSBC News, including Dr. David Ogunshade, Alhaji Karim Afolabi, and Mr. Mashood Fadari, harped on the need to focus more on security, agriculture, economy, job creation, naira stability, and power generation, among others. Let's hear them one after the other.
And every Nigerian, we like to see a better social, economic situation in the new year. You know, as we are early this year, a lot of our people cannot even eat. You saw what happened in Ibadan and even Abuja. So where a lot of people died because they were struggling for a Congo of rice. It is very, very unfortunate. And it's very unfortunate in the sense that Nigeria had no reason to go hungry. But because of bad governance and the wrong economic policy. But let us hope that the new year will bring new prosperity, and our people will be able to have enough food to eat in the new year. Let me start from the federal government. They have said they have invested a lot of money on agriculture, but that's not true anywhere. They said they have given money to the state governments all over the country, but we have not seen the effect. I mean, see the prices of food, even the staple food like gari, yams, and all these things, and every man cannot buy it. I hope they will address the agricultural sector by making sure that we do agriculture with modern equipment.
With the pronouncement of the Mr. President, the year will be okay. We have improvement on petroleum, so the price of goods and services will be coming down. And the President has announced that he will purchase about 10,000 tractors for the cultivation of food item. So if you can have sufficient food, so Yorùbá ní tó bí bá kúrò lọ́wọ́ kúrò nínú iṣẹ́ ti bù ṣe. It's only we have to be patient. For the government, we are patient for the God. If we don't patient, we cannot reach where we are today. It's not every time, every okay that things is like we want. But we have to be patient because we don't have option. For this government, we are happy to the Nigerians to be patient. So we have better future for this country.
Human beings are fond of making both realistic and unrealistic expectations. But in the context of the question you have just asked me, at the level of education, I want the government to complete the recruitment exercise. I mean the recruitment of both teaching and non-teaching staffs of our primary, secondary school education. In the business of education, in the business of health, I want the government to keep on track. It is one to get it right. It is another thing to retain and maintain the status quo. I mean the best practices. So I wish the government keeps on track the achievements achieved and attained at the health sector. In terms of infrastructure, it is a business that will never end, because Rome, they say, was not built in a day. At the same time, Osun cannot be built in a day. So I want the government to focus more on road infrastructures as they've been doing across the state. And of course, in line and in tune with what we call needs assessment. Because it is possible for us to go and have a new road in a place that is not too useful for the economy of the state. So in line and in compliance, in strict compliance with needs assessment, I wish the government could pay more attention on that. In terms of security, oh goodness, I want the government, because that is the foundation, that is the background of any and everything we can talk about in our society. I want the government to maintain whatever they've been doing that has been giving us results in terms of security in the state. Don't forget I said that is the bedrock of whatever we intend to do or we have been doing. So the government should keep on with that strategy. It's not only brilliant, it's yielding results. In terms of welfare packages, I want the government to put more attention on that. Beyond whatever they are doing from the federal, I wish the state and the local government should intervene at their levels for welfare packages, especially for people at the bottom of the pyramids.
The federal government said it is open to constructive dialogue with the leadership of Niger Republic to de-escalate the brewing diplomatic tension between the two neighboring countries. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, in a statement reiterated Nigeria's commitment to peace and stability in West Africa. Nigerian leader Abdurrahman Tijani had accused Nigeria of colluding with France to destabilize its junta-led nation, while the federal government refuted the claim as baseless. The statement, however, said the Nigerian government is committed to dialogue and diplomacy as the foundation for resolving regional challenges. The pro-Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa will be extradited to Nigeria if the government of Finland accedes to federal government's request. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa confirmed that the requirements for the extradition of the separatists have been forwarded to Finland government. General Musa, who spoke on a national television program, said the sit-at-home propagated by EPA and its allies in the southeast is wearing off because of the clearance operations by the military. Finland authorities in November last year arrested EPA alongside 4 others on suspicion of terror-related activities, including incitement to violence and terrorism financing. The separatist leader was accused of using social media platforms to spread separatist propaganda linked to the Independent People of Biafra, a group advocating for the secession of the southeastern part of the country. You are now welcome to our sports segment. National Sports Commission Chairman Alam Shehu Diko has expressed his joy over Chan Eagles' qualification for CHAN 2025 as he doled out 10 million naira to the team for defeating Ghana 3-1 in Uyo to secure the ticket. Speaking after the team's exploit, Diko restated the Commission's commitment towards the sport economy with the domestic league as one of the major vehicles to drive the progress. He expressed delight that Nigeria's flag will be hosted at a competition that parades the best in the continent's domestic leagues. He charged the Chan Eagles to take the form to their various clubs and make the league more exciting, as he expressed optimism that the success will propel the boys to greater heights at the club level. He assured that the NSA will engage with the NFF to ensure that everything needed to ensure the success of the team will be done accordingly. And coming from the foreign scene, the investigation into the crash of a South Korean passenger jet gathered pace today as bereaved families began to prepare funerals after authorities finished identifying the 179 victims of the country's worst air disaster. The Transport Ministry said South Korean investigators have extracted the data from the plane's cockpit voice recorder and will convert it into an audio file, critical information to try to explain the few minutes that led up to the crash. The ministry said the investigation team is still working to extract the content of the flight data recorder, which was found missing a key connector. It was gathered that all 175 passengers and 4 of the 6 crew members were killed on Sunday when the Jeju Airjet belly landed at Mohan International Airport in the country's southwest and slammed into a sand and concrete embankment at the end of the runway, where it burst into flames. The government has declared a national mourning period until 4th of January, and the country will scale back New Year's celebrations. And that ends the major report on OSBC tonight, the first edition this year. The bulletin was edited by Michael Adeniyi. I am Kayode Adebayo. Thank you for watching and good night.